As you all can see, the name on this gay sex app from someone who works at UofL Hospital, which in this video I will not name, but I have a playlist on my profile that has other videos showing his abuse and hatred to me. Disgusting, disgusting things he said. It was awful, it was gross, it was horrible. He basically told me to erase myself, if you get what I'm saying. He told me that just horrible things. I have all of the screenshots on previous videos, so please go check that out. I will tag at least one of the videos in the comments so you can see what I'm talking about. But this is someone from my past who I only knew very briefly, maybe 2 months where we like hanging out and all that stuff. And then, long story short, several years later, he has tried so many times to bring legal action against me. And because of his own words, he failed. I'll give an example. He tried to get a restraining order on me after, all by chance, there is no way that I can understand how I could intentionally find out where he worked. But I went to visit a friend at UofL Hospital who happened to be his patient. So it was like the grace of God, because I don't normally like see that person that was in the hospital. I just felt the need to go visit them and give them a rosary and pray a little bit with them, which was interrupted when this dude walked in the room. And I didn't say a word to him. I literally turned my head as far away from him as I could and just ignored him until he left. But he was so afraid, he started stuttering. And my friend, who was his patient, told me how awful he was, how whenever they were taking the temperature, he'd poke him in the cheek instead of putting it in the mouth, and that he just was probably on drugs. But that's what my friend said. I did not experience that. But basically, with this video, I just want to let it all out and be done with it. So I'm not going to repeat myself from the previous videos that I want to tag, but I will say he said very horrible, awful things that someone who works in the healthcare field should never be saying. Someone who's a healthcare professional should not be making fun of in horrible, horrible words, hateful, vile, evil words, spewing out of him should not happen if you're a professional healthcare worker. And he is, but in reality, inside, he's definitely not professional, especially in his personal life. So let's get to the court system. He, years ago, like probably 5 years ago, brought me to court, tried to get a restraining order on me. In Kentucky, you have to be in a relationship with each other to get a restraining order. And he came in, I came in, I brought a lawyer, he did not. I literally did not say a single word throughout the whole court appearance. My lawyer talked completely for me. I thought that was great, that I didn't even have to address him. And my lawyer asked him, like, did you all ever cuddle? Did you all ever kiss? Were you all ever intimate? Did you all spend the night with each other? All those answers were no. No, no, no. And then, if he was smart, he would have lied about this. But because he was honest, which is good for me, he completely fucked up for everything in the future. But basically, he said no, me apparently, wanted to date him, but it was just a facade or something for him, which when he said that, the judge literally expressed a sigh of disappointment and immediately closed the case because of his own words, acknowledging legally in court records that we never dated, we were never intimate, we never spent the night with each other, we never kissed, we never cuddled, we never nothing. So because of that, anytime in the future that he tries to do this again, they're always going to look back at the original court case, or actually the previous ones, and then just dismiss it like always. Like there's literally, because of his own words, there's nothing else he can do. And I have every right to expose the hatred he has towards me in either screenshots or however else I can share it. And again, go to tag the video, lots of screenshots. This one was concerning because this happened shortly after the Colorado Springs pew pew at a gay bar happened. And this is a gay sex app, Grindr. And this healthcare worker thought it was appropriate when he was 27 to put something that says, virtually, there's no other way you can read it besides this way, which is shooting. Like, pew pew, you're down, kind of thing. So why would a healthcare worker write on a gay sex app shortly after a pew pew happened at a gay bar? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And then also what I learned from he did it twice. He did the court appearance twice. The first one, he didn't have a lawyer. Second one, he did. And the funny thing is, my lawyer used to be business partners with his lawyer. And I'm legally, I can say whatever I want, but my lawyer said I shouldn't say this, but I don't care. Basically, his lawyers called him a frequent flyer, meaning he's frequently in the court system filing frivolous cases that usually always get dismissed. And that the lawyer was very upset with him because when he came to court, he only knew about my case. But when the lawyer came to court, there was 2 other cases he didn't mention of no-shows. So I just think it's very comical that his lawyer doesn't even want to work with him. The lawyer will take his money, but there's no hope of him winning. Like, it's just, he's getting paid to just pretend. Like, there's literally no hope. So if anyone's watching this who's upset with me, I have every right to express my experience with this person, especially since I'm not naming him today. And I will never remove any videos of the past that I want to keep. So I have named him in the past if you want to know that information. But today, I'm just stating the case that his lawyer called him a frequent flyer and was upset that he didn't know about more frivolous cases that he wasn't hired to do. He was only hired to do my case, but he shows up and there's 2 other cases. Like, of course the lawyer's going to be upset. I hope he charged him more money. He probably didn't even pay for it. It was probably a public defender. But anyways, with that said, that is my story, and all I know is that I'm better off than him. He's having to work at a hospital while I'm playing around on 91 acres of wilderness all year long.